Last one we need to do is the bolt. So we'll go ahead and just right click component, replace, pick bolt. Again, make sure we're on the first one. That's good. Hit OK. More constraints to fix. Mate 2 and mate 3. Let's deal with mate 2 first. Edit the constraint. One more to fix. Edit. Center line is the constraint. Alright, let's see if we are constrained as we should be. The bolt moves around in a circle. Up, we got a problem here. Let's go ahead and constrain it. Back down to the bolt, center line of the bolt. Now we're locked in place as we should be. Alright, let's test out our configurations. Actually, let's create our iAssembly. So we're going to go to create iAssembly. And remember, when we did this earlier, what we're looking for is this table replace. It's there for the mount. Let's see if it's there for the bolt. It is there for the bolt, so we can add that. For the shaft, it is there for the shaft, so we're going to add that. We're going to come back and add another item too. The bolt. I want to either include or not include or exclude that bolt in the largest configuration. So I'm going to add that also. Let's go ahead and create our rows. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to add a fourth. Let's go ahead and make all these 2 on the second configuration. The next one I'm going to make 3. And on the fourth one, I'm also going to make it a 3. But I'm going to exclude the bolt on that fourth option. So we'll verify that. No yellow boxes, everything looks good. No errors. We now have a table under the assembly. I'm going to expand it. Let's test out our configurations. We have our material change here. We have our material change here. The bolt is existing in that third option. It's gone from the fourth. Okay, so you can see how you can quickly add and remove parts in the assembly just by adding that include or exclude. How does it show up? You can see how it does not include, it grays it out, puts a line through it. Does not include it in the list. Here's your exclude here. You can undo that and include it. Alright, since I excluded it there, or included it, I'm going to go back and exclude it. That will remove it from that configuration. Have to save that. And now it's back to being excluded. Just like that. Now let's go into a new assembly. Place component. We're going to have to save this first. We'll save it as my new assembly also. Replace it. Okay. Alright, so we'll create a new assembly. Place component. I want to place that new assembly in there. It's pulling up the fourth option without the bolt. That's fine. I want one of those. I'd like 2 of the smaller ones with the bolt, the second option, and 2 of the smallest, or the first configurations. I also like to add the third configuration in there. So real quickly, we've populated an assembly. It's just a matter of locating these parts in the assembly where we want them. And you have just saved yourself a lot of time in creating assemblies and iAssemblies and iParts. We're going to go back to PowerPoint. Just look at a few more things. We do offer a course. What we saw here is just a small portion of that course. Here's iParts. We do cover a lot of information in the 2-day part modeling class we'll be having in March. We'll also be covering iAssemblies in the Advanced Assembly course, as well as everything else that you see here, including positional representations, level of detail, rendering using Inventor Studio. Just one of those things that we cover today is iAssemblies. So you'll want to check that out. Register for that. It's also in March if you'd like to take that course. At ALACAD, we do have additional custom training if needed. Sheet metal, tube and pipe, simulation, FEA. We can also tailor your training class at your company or even at our facility, so that we're just covering the items that you feel like you're going to need to do your job better. Here are the dates for the classes being offered. And I would like to mention the upcoming webcast for the remaining weeks. We'll also be recording these and making these available on the website. February 10th, John Selzer will be looking at the question, how do you work with large assemblies? He'll also be looking at the question, what techniques can I use for working with mold design? That will be on February 24th. I will be covering the level of detail, what is level of detail, on March 10th, and I will be covering the last question, how can I use positional representations and design views? And that will be on March 24th. So be sure to register for those. We'll be sending out information as it gets closer to each of those webcasts. Thank you for downloading this and attending, for those of you that did. And we'll look for you on the next one.